Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to the final ever episode of Peaky Booders. It's episode 8 and as always, thanks for joining me. It's massively appreciated. Make sure you do all the good stuff to help support me and the series, the episode of my channel by hitting that thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, still watching, and hit that bell so you never miss anything I do. So what a story, what a ride. I've enjoyed it. 8 full seasons. I've probably achieved more than I thought. I always have an idea of what I want to do, but you never know really what you're going to do, even when you play the game a lot like me and you're quite confident in yourself. But I think we've done fantastic things and I was hoping we can go out on a high and leave this club in a fantastic place. That was my aim this season. Will they achieve my aims? Well, I'll have to find out. Got a bit of a sucker punch just before the transfer window. Let's find out more. So because I got sucker punched just before the transfer window, we're going to jump in on the 3rd of September. Now, the last few years here, I've really enjoyed myself. Like I said in previous episodes, I felt a bit flat. And then we span it on its head, rebuilt the team completely. And I've watched this young side grow with a few additions, don't get me wrong, into a really good side. Can they win a title? Maybe one day down the line if we could keep them together. Because they are all wanting more money. They've obviously been successful. We've won a FA Cup, a Europa League and a Community Shield. So, you know, I've got the wages down, but they are starting to creep back up now. But that's fair enough. They're performing. You want to keep your stars. And look at that league there. When we come in, we got up there high, didn't we? With a 9th, an 8th. And last season was fantastic, finishing 4th. Could have bettered that. Well, I don't know. We'll find out. But I have really enjoyed it and I just want to take this moment quickly to say thank you to everyone who actually stuck with it. I appreciate you guys more than ever. So let's find out what I did. Well, first, look at this. Transfer window shut and look at the financial position of the club and I can see the wage bill has gone up. I mean, I got it down to 1.2 or 3 million when we first built this young team. It has gone up to 2.3. Like I said, lots of pay rises. A lot of them wanted a pay rise over the summer. But look at the transfer budget and the overall balance. I'm in a position now where I've got money to spend, but I don't feel like I need to go crazy because I've got the team. We're building a team, laying debt on the club, but it's all been paid off here and there. And financially, the club's fantastic, but there's a reason why it's like this. That is because 3 days before the window shut, Atletico Madrid came in and matched Enric Ayat's minimum fee, 74 million. Didn't have many minimum fees left. He might have even been the only one. So obviously a lot of them had them when they first started to come in. And then when I've renegotiated contracts, we've got rid of them because we've got better. He still had one. It got matched. I mean, he's been really good for us. Goal every 3 games. He's a good player. I wouldn't have said he was my #1 striker. I've still got him. But I had 3 days and a ton of money. And I thought, do you know what? I'm not going to buy a striker. I've got a couple of guys who can play there. I've got a really good one. I did mention that I'd signed a kid, remember, from Bolton a year or 2 ago. I'm going to give him a go. Ian Cotton, who is a wonder kid. He wasn't a wonder kid when I signed him as usual, but he's got better. Now I signed him just because I could. He was a great opportunity to take in just in case. But I didn't need him. He's still only 18 years old. I mean, what is it? He's going to be 19 soon. I loaned him out to Fulham, who were in the Premier League. Who were in the Premier League. I can't remember if they still are. No, he scored 3 in 16. But I'm giving this lad a chance. So he's coming in. That's it. I signed 1 player. Enis Mehmeti, a 19-year-old Serbian for 6.5 minimum fee release. He's played quite a few games for his club back in Serbia. He is a centre-half. But one of my centre-halves I quite liked, I signed him last year, and also played defensive midfield and did cover there quite a bit. So I just thought, great addition. I've got a 25-man squad. It's perfect. I can fill my European quota. Obviously, we're in the Champions League this year, which is, again, going to help financially. And I just felt the squad was right. Now, this moment in time as well, I just had my assistant poached. He's become a manager. So when I look at me, apparently, best 11, it's my head of youth. I do bring in a new assistant. Yeah, Cole got poached by Fulham to be their manager. 25-man squad. I've got a few lads I've promoted to help with the European quota from the youth team. Still very young. My oldest players are 23. This is a fantastic place to be in. If we change it to ability, we won't go for everyone. I want to try and save some time. I'm struggling for time today. But Alp, he's my main guy. He's going to be my main striker. Javier Mas, the left back, great player. Scott McKellar, former Scottish wonder kid, great player. Anthony Clark, he does so well for me this year. Just becomes a really good player, a bit of a mainstay. He's one of them that I always thought just always be a backup. Got Big Dave Fritsch, good player. Just good young players. Really like him. The goalkeeper, former wonder kid, commanding. This is the kid. Defender centre, but he's also a defensive midfielder. So I just thought, covered there so much last year. We'll get a defender in and we'll be covered everywhere. Berkey, great on the left. Got Bancroft, who's a right winger, also plays up front, scores goals. So we actually had a chance of winning 2 trophies pretty much before the season started. Because we won the Europa League, we went into the European South American Club Challenge against Sao Paulo, which started brilliantly, by the way. Thought it should have been 3-0. They came back into it, especially the 94th minute equaliser. And then just like England, although not as good as England, got through on penalties. Nice little trophy though, because it was a total surprise. I had no idea about this. I always forget about these new cheeky little South American ones. Then we faced the greatest club in the world's biggest club, the universe's biggest club, and the Champions League winners and Premier League champions, Manchester United, in the UEFA Super Cup. And looking at the stats, they were definitely better than us, but we gave them a game, you know. There was a game and a half here of drama. I loved it. It would have made a great live com until extra time when we collapsed. But 1 out of 2 ain't bad. While we're here, let's have a quick look at the Premier League, because it has started, of course, and we're third. Drawn 1 against Newcastle. And I've won 3. Battered Arsenal 5-0. What a game. Unbelievable. Onto the season odds, and Man United favourites to retain that title. Arsenal second. All the big boys above us, apart from City. How are they above us? How are we only predicted to be 8th? We finished 4th. We've won trophies recently. It just presents itself with a challenge, I think, to get back in that top 4. And that's what I want to do. At least, I'll be honest with you, and I believe in my players and my squad. Don't forget, we are big time now. We're in the Champions League. I mean, we're with the big boys now, aren't we? Look at this. I mean, there's a lot of teams in there that are beatable. All depends who you get. So let's jump forward, find out, and go straight to the Premier League, where Alp Ozturk took that mantle and said, I'm your number 1 guy, don't worry. Leading goal scorer with 14, 4 above Garnacho. And Saka, the legend. I like Saka now. I also like Cole Palmer now. Found out he's a United fan. Cole Palmer, let's sign him up. Fuck Chelsea off. Anyway, top 4. We're in it at the minute. A few points off Arsenal, who we tanked 5-0, don't forget, earlier on in the season. But yeah, they're a lot above City. That'll always be an achievement for me with a team like Birmingham. Will always make me happy. Let's have a look at those results. You know, we started quite well. 5-0 against Arsenal. Have that. Thank you very much. We beat Everton. Then we got beat off City, which I was gutted about. That I was devastated with. Devastated. Been a bit sketchy, really. I don't know if it's Europe. I don't know. I did try and prioritise some Champions League games. I have B-teamed a couple of games, you know. Don't feel I'll find any, but I definitely have B-teamed a few. Southampton beat them. Brighton beat them. Got beat off Bournemouth. Stupid points dropped here, to be fair. Surprised we're still 4th, getting beat off Bournemouth. And Luton beat Leeds, drew United, which is great result. Then got on a great run, beating Chelsea, Sunderland. That's a B-teamer. Aston Villa, not obviously a B-teamer. Derby, what a win then. Beat Spurs. And then gone off the boil again. Battered off Liverpool, drew with Brentford. But look at the money. And I didn't buy anyone or lose anyone in January. We just stuck with the boys we've got. So that was it. You know, this is going to be my last season. And one of the aims I want to do is leave the club in a good financial spot, not one of them where they just cripple under the wages, cripple under the finances. Financially, fantastic, really. So I'm well happy with that. Got myself a new assistant, and like a lot of them nowadays, I tend to look for these regen head of youths or technical directors or whatever. And he wanted a lot of money to become an assistant. As you can see, he's on 72 grand a week. I don't care, because I think they have better attributes. Transferring him over. He's been a caretaker manager at Southampton. He was their head of youth, caretaker at Derby. But he's just a fantastic assistant, and I do that a lot now. Look for people who aren't actually an assistant. Go for them. One thing though, I've never ever been able to get best. I mean, I probably could now. I've got extra slots there, to be fair. I didn't notice that. The scouts, but I've never been able to get full yellow, which you know I do like to do if you know me well. The coaching team's always been top notch. It's been in the Premier League, and I'll always say it. It's part of the process that's helped us grow and hopefully get the best out of this young group of lads. So, you know, they can be a bit funny. You've seen it in the results. There's some games they haven't turned up for, games we should be winning, and games that if we could have got over the line with the Bournemouths and the Lutons and the Brentfords, we actually might be challenging for a title. And again, you know, if I played more when they hit 26, 27, you keep the core of them together, I think they could. But they're not. But yeah, I've arranged it by average rating, and I feel like I know them really well. Get to that stage now, well, it's been together years, the majority of them, and I just know them. You're probably the same when you play the game and you've got a team you've built and you're sticking with and they're getting better. It is a great feeling. It's one of the things that I love to play the game for. I hope it's things we can do on FM25, because the more and more I'm thinking of FM25 and the more I'm speaking of FM25 with people, I'm getting worried, you know. All this change, is it going to be shit? Are we going to be like all the years of moaning that, oh, it's just a database update? Is it going to go backwards for a bit because they've changed so much and errors and things are wrong, or it's just not the same? I mean, we won't know until we see. And we'll have to just wait and see and cross our fingers. I hope I still get the same buzz and joy out of it as I have done over this game for the last few years. Right, then the Champions League phase is over. It's now the 29th of January. We weren't in the top 8 until the last game, but we found ourselves in there, which is always an advantage. What level we are? Here we are. 2 games are lost. Got battered off Real Madrid. Got beat off Leipzig. We drew with whoever they are. And then with 5 wins: Milan, Feyenoord, Dortmund, Rangers, sorry Brian Kane, and Atletico Madrid, which I'm pretty sure was my last game because it came up in the news, you know, because we were facing the guy they took off me for 74 million and all that. My last game was my first game, and it was one end of the scale. Anyway, yeah, so I thought I'd show it you because it's a pretty even game, to be fair. And there he is. Had a stinker, didn't he? I mean, he's doing okay for them. Goal every other game. I personally thought to myself, you might turn this down because they're just matches minimum fee. You don't have to say yeah. I know he's Spanish. That's probably why he's gone home. We're better than them now. Anyway, while we're here, let's look at the Carabao Cup. And for a brief moment, I thought there was a chance. You know, I might pick up a Carabao Cup with Birmingham. We started well. Burnley 6-0. B-team that. Through B-team that. That was a cracking game. Sunderland, I'm sure B-teamed it. I think I did. Yeah, we did. That went to penalties, and just like England, we didn't let the Birmingham down or the nation. And then I got Spurs and got tanked over 2 legs. Not tanked, but yeah, it was a bit disappointing. I thought we could have got to that final. Now, the Rangers squad here by goals. Just a quick look. Because Alps really stepped up, to be fair. Patrick is more of a sub player these days because he battles it out with Charlie Bancroft, but whoever's playing scores from that right wing, which is great. But look at Anthony Clark, who, like I said, was a backup midfielder who I've always liked. He's done bits for me in the past. Really stepped up this season, took his opportunity, and had times where I felt like I can't not pick him because of how he's playing. Even though on paper there's other guys who I normally would have picked, Ray News or David Fritsch or so on. And I'm giving it to Anthony Clark, and not only is he performing, especially recently, scoring for midfield. So I love things like that. On now to April. It's the 9th, and we are still in 4th, 4 points clear of Liverpool. City have just never recovered from whatever happened to them. United and Arsenal battling it out for the title. Newcastle not far behind them. I think it'll be a tough one for us. But, you know, 20 wins, 4 draws, ain't bad. 8 losses, it's not bad. Look at Newcastle, though. Just 2 defeats. Still got the leading goal scorer in the league, just about. Sunderland, Forest and Burnley. Greeno, I love seeing Burnley at the bottom of the league. But yeah, can we get top 4 again or better? So in the league, we're going to start with January. I can't remember where we jumped in at. February, I don't know if we looked at the actual results. Who cares? But I got beat off Newcastle, but then went on such a run. Beating Burnley, beating Arsenal again, which is good. Beating City, which is easy these days. Beat Luton, beat Forest, Southampton, then got beat up. And you're like, what? Beat Bournemouth though, Leeds, Wolves. I've just been beaten off Man United. Fair enough. At New Trafford, some people have asked me, wow, no, when is it built New Trafford? I put that in because I'm one of the United fans that wants us to build this new Wembley of the North. So I've put it into my little thing that after a couple of years they build New Trafford. I don't know what they call it in real life. Ineos Stadium or something, I don't know. but I want a new stadium in real life. So we've got 6 games left, some tough ones. Chelsea, got Derby, Spurs, Liverpool, Brentford away last game. And the money, look how much I've got to spend, but there's still 88 million in the bank and the season is nearly over. That is a good spot to be in. But, you know, in the past, I've had 100 million to spend, but we've been 100 million in the red. But been clever with this, bought young players, a lot of really good minimum fee players who are coming together, and they're a proper team now who, you know, they might not be ready to win the Premier League, but, you know, they're a freaking good cup team. And this is the FA Cup at this very moment. Beat West Ham 4-0, and we beat Fulham 3-2. Then we played Man United. Look at that for a bit of revenge. They beat me twice in the league, haven't they? Bit of revenge in the FA Cup. Love the jubbly. Brentford 2-1. I've got Newcastle in the semi, so we're going to jump forward. Could we have another FA Cup final? Or is it going to be the battle for a league position? What do you think? It's an FA Cup final. Yes, we're going to have an FA Cup final live com to finish off this series. We beat Newcastle in a thriller. Look at that for a game. Just look at it. I think we deserved it. And we have Arsenal. I wanted Coventry. Who wouldn't? We've got Arsenal in the final, who we have beaten twice in the league and beat in the FA Cup 2 years ago. Now, last year in the FA Cup, we went out in the 3rd round and Newcastle beat Arsenal in the final. Arsenal have lost 2 finals back to back. This is their 3rd final on the bounce, which worries me because we have beaten them in the league. Doesn't matter. I feel like we were a better team than when we beat them in the FA Cup. Remember, like 2 years ago, we kind of FM Spurs in the semi, and then we battled it with Arsenal and just about did it. It was fantastic. It still gives me a buzz inside thinking of it, but it's a cup final. Anything can happen. I'm not taking our form in the league, even though we're 2 years older, 2 years better. I just hope we can go out on a high. So the Champions League results, here we are. Now, I was quite chuffed that we got into the top 8. I think for your first year in the Champions League, that's really good. We had quite a lucky draw, to be fair. Sassuolo, however you say them, beating them 2-0 away and then battering them 6-0 at home. Then we got Chelsea, and I know it's Chelsea, but I thought we'd do better, at least win one of the legs. Yeah, but we got beat, which is disappointing, but we had a good chunk of change out of it, and I'm pretty proud of it. As for the Premier League, well, they won it. So, you know, we're going up against the champions. And they only won it by a point because we took 6 away from them. Wow, finished the league though with the best goal scorer. Loving how he stepped up him. Love it. Great player. We had him on loan. I think he was from Liverpool. We ended up signing him. They didn't want him. We turned him into Golden Boot winner. And we finished 4th again. 10 points clear. Only 6 points off the top. Fantastic season. Like, really, really good. Luton have survived somehow. So, yeah. Go back to Wembley. So, again, this is a squad arranged by goals. And Alp, as we know, has been a machine. Bancroft on the right, played 50 games, scored 22. Ian, who's been a really great backup this year, played quite a lot, come on as a sub a lot, scored a lot. He's done really well for an 18-year-old, 19-year-old now, isn't he? Sorry. Anthony Clark has come out of absolutely nowhere, and he's just a Brummie legend. So yeah, buzzing, absolutely buzzing, and also very nervous. Let's get to Wembley. Welcome to Wembley. They've still got Saka and Jesus and Rice and Odegaard, Timber. Well, they've still got some good players, haven't they? Got to be getting on a bit though, some of them lads. Now we've got Garvey in the middle because Michael Bolton is suspended. Or he'd have played in defensive midfielder, but Alvarez has stepped into that role, which he's done many times. And we've got Clarkey in the middle, who's been fantastic. Can he be fantastic though in this final? Right, let's go. There he is, Clarkey. I love a player like that who just works for you, who probably on paper isn't the best, got people who look better, and takes his chance and then just forces you to pick him. So hopefully he can do well today. Here he is, Alpi, in his own half, like freaking Harry Kane. Come on boys, here we go, let's get a good start. It's pretty dark today, isn't it? It's raining, classic English weather in the summer. Here's Kunwale, wasn't 100%, but picked him anyway. Alpi! He's just showing his qualities. So yeah, got my new 65-inch TV on Saturday before the football. Me and the wife were buzzing. It's like having a cinema in the house compared to our old TV. It's absolutely massive. Absolutely brilliant though. So we got on the beer, me and the wife, watching football. It was great. Stressful, hate penalties, but Just not like England of old when it comes to penalties, are we? We weren't then. I grew up watching many a failure in a penalty shootout, starting from 1990. But buzzing. We've not been playing great England, but we're in the last 4. You've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? And I'm just happy we're still in it. Still got a chance. Hopefully, the French fluke it against Spain, because Spain are mint. We can beat the Dutch and Arsenal here. Not doing me. France in the final. Beat them on penalties, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm really happy. And then I went to the pub because it's mate's birthday. Jamie, who plays Wayne Kerr, the Sky Sports News presenter, you may have seen him. Been quite a few things of mine. He does the match day vlogs with me. It was his birthday, so I went to the local for a few, and then that turned into a bit of a pub crawl around Denton. And for some reason, I started drinking Guinness. It's quite nice, to be fair. But I already had 8 bottles of Desperado before I went out, which is, I love that stuff. Got a bit of tequila in it. 2 double bodies. Go on, Berkey, go on. Oh, this is awesome. 2-0 already. And yeah, probably had about 8 pints of Guinness. I was pissed, but in a really good way. I think everyone was just happy out and about because of England, you know. Didn't stay out too late though. I think I was back at midnight. And they're down to 10 then. This couldn't be any better so far, could it? This is going really good. But yeah, Sunday, I was a bit... I was going to film on Saturday, but I didn't at the TV. I had this big window of delivery and I didn't want to be interrupted. And then I thought, you know what, I'll just film on Sunday. Wasn't a chance I was doing anything on Sunday, or this episode would have been out. I have played the first full season of my next series. I'm going to try and do as many of them. I'm going to go hardcore with that. Try and get as many out as possible over the next month before I go away to France. Right, so it's half time. At the end there, you might have noticed they wanted me to bring the keeper on. I don't know what I want to do because he looks all right. Too busy chatting. I knew he wanted to do something. I didn't look at the detail. So I've made no changes just yet. I can't believe we're 2-0 up against 10 men. What a way to go out. Come on. It's champions of the Premier League. These boys could be champions one day. Ooh. Ooh. So I've got a prop here. Just the nearest teddy I could find. There's millions in my house. Because some of you may know, I've talked about it. I've been helping out in Wigan and Bolton. That's stopped. So I'm back on normal buses in Manchester. Crazy buses like the 192, right? And this guy got on. He looked normal, right? But he had a Mario teddy. Right? Oh, go on. Which is fair enough, because many a time I've come home from the nursery with my kids, especially my youngest, always takes a teddy. I have to bring it back. Right? I'm just thinking, it's that time of day. School, everyone's just got into school. I'm thinking he's took his daughter or whatever to school with a favourite Mario teddy, and he's just getting home on the bus. And then, right, he sat right on the front seat, and he's got his phone, which I was assuming was on Oh my God! What time scored your first goal at season? I'm assuming he's on FaceTime because he's like, oh, he's got his phone and he's got Mario like this. I've done it myself. You know what I mean? But I'm driving, I'm just clocking him in the mirror, I can hear him, but the buses are not loud. You've got traffic, they rattle it. I can't really hear what he's saying. Right? I'm just thinking, oh, maybe he's going to see his little daughter and he's just letting her know he's bringing a favourite teddy to come and see her. Here he is, right? And then a bus, right? We have timing points. So if you ever wonder why a bus just stops still sometimes and sits there for no reason, it's a timing point. You have to wait until if you're a bit early, till your time matches up and then the machine will say you can go. So you stay on schedule, right? And I was in a brand new bus, and these brand new buses are like a new car. When you put the handbrake on and stop, the engine stops like your car does, right? So it's quiet. So then I realise he's not FaceTiming people. He's talking to Mario. And he's got a video on his phone. And he's like this. Oh, your favourite one, Mario. You love this one, don't you? Oh, look at what he's doing. Oh, yeah. He's talking to Mario, the teddy bear. Hey, come on. And I mean, I'm just sat there thinking, welcome back to reality, dude. Welcome back to Crazy Town. And if you're wondering where it was in Longsight, Manchester, which is Crazy Town. It's a shithole. No offence if you live there. So yeah, a dude talking to his Mario teddy. Anyway, can Arsenal get himself back into it? Want to make a ton of changes because before 4-0 up and they've only got 10 men. Look at this. Alpie's done his job. He'll come off, give the kid a FA Cup appearance. Let's just get this attack out the way. Amas charging down the left-hand side. Can we make it 5? Are we really doing this? I think we may do. Oh my God. Right, Carabao, I've made lots of changes. The full front line and midfield. 2 new central midfielders, 2 new wingers, and a new striker. Why not? They've been fantastic. But the defence have as well. They haven't let a goal in. Just thought, why not? Let's have some fun. Freshen it up top. Speed, new legs. Can they get by? This is unbelievable. Champions of England are being tanked in the final. They're about to lose their 3rd FA Cup final on the run, and we are about to win our 2nd in 3. Brilliant. Honestly, this team they are like cup specialists. It's one of them bodies of work. I mean, not as a series maybe, but as a game, just playing the game, I'm really proud of. It should be. It's really good. Leaving in a good spot. Good few trophies. Can't wait for my next challenge. I'm excited about it. I might even flash up the thumbnail at the end of this episode, so you can see what it's going to be. And look into the team yourself, maybe, before we get going. Here's a mass. So Moscow, come on. I feel like we've got a 5th. I feel like we have. Because they just look, they've got nothing. They've got nothing left. Got a corner. A few minutes to go. It's probably their best chance in it. Corner, set piece or something. Because they're lacking. They're tired and got 11 men. Let's just get at them. Come on. I might go attacking last few minutes. I might go very attacking and demand more. I'm going to miss shout-outs. No shout-outs in FM25. What are we going to do without being able to shout at them something? Who cares? Right now, we've just picked up our 2nd FA Cup, finishing the series with a trophy. Fantastic young team. Really proud of them. Really proud. They dismantled Arsenal. We've beaten them 3 times this year. Twice in the league, and they still managed to win the league. And we've just destroyed them in an FA Cup final. Well deserved, boys. There you go. Go on, hurry up. There you go. Yay. Let's go for a beer. So yeah, 2 in 3. Absolutely buzzing with that. Could not be prouder. What a ride this 8 years has been. From League One, getting out, we easily got out of that. We had loads of money in the early days. Surprised we've still got the same owners. I've never lost them. They've stuck with it. Although they stopped putting money in when we got in the Premier League. You know, then a couple of years just getting freebies. I had good players, but I don't think we wouldn't never have achieved anything. It'd have just been the same old stuff. But just ripping that team apart, getting rid of everyone, going out there, and once you're a good few years into it and the players start appearing on as regens, new gens, putting that team together, just watching them kick it off with a cup win, but then start to deserve them wins. I just think, you know, it's a shame we never actually managed to put in a title challenge. But fantastic club, fantastic squad, great staff, great finances now, no debt. Perfect place to end it. And I'm very happy with my FA Cups. But I think winning a European trophy, I mean, the Premier League would have been fantastic. The Champions League probably could do that if it was carrying on. But obviously the views have gone off a cliff, and I want to do something new before I go on holiday. But yeah, winning that Europa League is probably the thing I'm really happy about the most. So there we go. That is the end of Peaky Booders. 8 seasons of fun. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you to everyone who stuck with it and supported it. If you want to support it a little bit more, smash that thumbs up now. Get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell, and you'll never miss anything I do. If you are a Birmingham City fan, I hope I've done your club proud. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I've represented you well enough. If you're not a Birmingham City fan and you've watched it, I appreciate you too, because thank you very much. Any Villa fans watched it? Wow, I doubt that though. But yeah, thank you as always. Hopefully you'll tune in for my next Let's Play. I'm going to do another, like a proper rebuild, old school Bood rebuild of a legendary team with a great history. It's going to be a bit of an uphill thing, but we can do it. I've done it with Birmingham. I've done it with teams like this in the past, so can I do it again? Hopefully I can squeeze as many of them out before I go to France in 4 weeks. 4 weeks today? Is it the 8th today? I think it is. 8th of August I go. So yeah, thanks. So me and my son's little red dragon are going to go and watch your favourite TV show, aren't we? Hey? You love it, don't you? He does, yeah. He loves watching this too. Just like you. So stay happy. Stay safe. And for me and the dragon, bye-bye. Love you long time.